welcome to Whitney's Kitchen. Basically, this is the first cooking show that I've done here on YouTube, and I want to try to make biscuits. What I'm going to do basically is just make a new recipe, maybe once a week. I don't know. We'll start just with this one. Sometimes I don't have a very good track record with like keeping up with projects I decide to do. I used to have a food blog. Maybe one day I will again. Who knows? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make biscuits today. I've made biscuits before, like with my mom and out of a can, and with my grandma and my Aunt Laura and my Grandma Burgess, who are all three very excellent biscuit makers, buttermilk biscuit in particular. However, today we will not be making buttermilk biscuits because you cannot make buttermilk biscuits without buttermilk, which is not a staple in my kitchen. It's going to be, you're going to need a half a tablespoon of baking powder. You're going to need a cup of flour. You're going to need 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to use Earth Balance spread because I don't have any butter. Just because I didn't buy any today. I went to the store and I saw the butter sitting on the shelf and I thought, man, that butter's going to be hard to spread. I need 3/4 cup of milk, but that's for the full recipe, so I need whatever half of 3/4 a cup of milk is. I tried to do the math earlier. It really wasn't working out for me. Anyway, and you're going to need a half teaspoon of salt because salt makes everything better. My puppy is dying to say hello, so we're going to do that. That's right. I'm going to pick him up, and then I'm going to make some food. Say. Okay, so I've washed my hands. Lucky for those people who will be eating these biscuits. I'm going to start by putting all my dry ingredients together. So I need my my cup of flour. I keep all of my things in these big old jars that my mom got at the store at the Salvation Army. So let's see. Normally with baking, you're supposed to be pretty exact. When you're cooking, you can be a little more inexact, but when you're baking the measurements, it's like chemistry. You have to have the measurements right. So I actually will level off these cupfuls. So, okay, we need a cup of flour, which we've gotten. We need a half a teaspoon of sugar. So there's my half a teaspoon of sugar. Boom. I'll put like a little bit more in there. I don't think I got a full teaspoon. I need a half a teaspoon of salt. You definitely do not want to forget the salt in baking. Otherwise, it will taste all sorts of jacked up. So you need a half a teaspoon of this. Oh, that's my thing. You need a dash of kindness, but of salt. Okay. I'm going to have to do some emergency substitutions because I don't have any, what's it called, baking powder. So for baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder can be substituted with a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. I'm going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and I'm going to need a half a teaspoon, and a 1/4 of baking soda. Ooh, that's not quite enough. There we go. And I'm going to do 1 more of those to make sure that we have enough baking soda and cream of tartar and stuff. So. Okay. Very good. Now we are ready for the butter. I need 4 tablespoons of butter. Let's see. We need 4 tablespoons of this deliciousness. Oh! I just dropped it all over the floor. That was like 50 cents worth of Earth Balance. This is so expensive, it's dumb. Okay, 4 tablespoons. Try to keep it on the thing. Alright, 1, 2. This is very bright. 3, 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my dry ingredients plus the butter, and I'm going to kind of cut it together. What you want it to look like is like really, really grainy flour, like kind of like cornmeal. I think I'm just going to use my hands. You could, I guess, use one of those fancy pastry brush deals, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be honest, this is like mostly butter. Okay, now I'm going to add the milk, whatever half of 3/4 tablespoon is. Honestly, I think if I add too much, it's going to be a little bit disgusting. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons and kind of see where it goes from there. I'm going to be honest, I don't think that people should eat these. I'm going to try to bake them up anyway. I always like to cover my baking pans with foil. It just makes the cleanup a lot easier. Oh my god. Like, literally, biscuits should not look like this. I think I did something horribly wrong. Like forgetting to grease the pan. It says to bake for 12 minutes. Honestly, it doesn't really look like dough. It kind of tastes like biscuit dough, but really, I'm not quite sure that this endeavor will work out in my favor. After cooking in the oven, I didn't really set a timer on this. It was probably like 10 minutes, I want to say. I don't know. So let's take it out and see how they're looking. All right. They surprisingly look pretty good. Here is some movie magic. I actually got these out of the oven like a half an hour ago, and I ate one, so I know they're delicious. We'll bust one open. It is delicious and flaky and gooey, and you love it. Yay, biscuits! Okay, I guess that's it for Whitney's first cooking show. I hope you guys come back and watch me next week. We're going to make sweet iced tea, I think. Or maybe something else. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a wedding cake. You'll just have to tune in to find out. All right, bye!